Hello and welcome to Tuckman Innovations Limited. We've been looking at how we can use the tools that we use every day to look at creating change. When we're creating change, there's 4 things we need to understand. Kotter, Maslow, Elliot-Kemp and Tuckman. So we're going to have a quick look at Tuckman and how useful Tuckman can be in understanding how I'm going to engage with my team. Where are my team? Where am I? How are we all moving together? So in Tuckman, what Bruce Tuckman created was a curve, and it's given various names to change curve, the denial curve, and effectively the curve looks like this, and this is time across the bottom here, and this is engagement here. And one of the things that he noticed was that when people start to get involved in a project, the first thing that happens at this point here, there's a stage called forming. Now in forming, everybody's trying to figure out who's the big dog, who's the right person, who's the lead, who's going to take the key information, who's going to be the followers, how do I fit in, who's going to tell on me, who do I feel I can support, and we're all trying to figure out where we fit. If you've ever changed roles recently, that's very much what happens on day one, just trying to sit there and understand what's going on. If you ever go to a conference, the first hour everybody's sitting there trying to suss everybody out. Who do I think I can build an ally with? Who do I think I can actually start to work with? Once you actually start forming your team, the engagement level, the energy level drops as people trying to figure out who they are. And then effectively it comes back up to the same point here, and this is called storming. In storming, people are now trying to they've figured out, actually, I know how I fit. I fit with them, they fit with me. I've got now what things I can trade, alliances I can build. I'm starting to understand how we can all fit together, how we can all work. This is looking good. Now all of a sudden the team starts to move forward, and then we get to a stage here, and he calls that norming. Norming, at this point here, the team is starting to understand how to free run together, they're starting to develop ideas together, they're starting to move forward and starting to achieve change. Now, it's really important that you recognise these stages, and as the PM, as the person running the change or supporting the project managers of change, you understand how to interact at that time. We'll come on to that in a moment. And then you get to this point here, and we call this performing. And in the performing stage, this is where the team's rerunning, they're all working together, everybody's part of a community, they all know what they're trying to do, and they're all working towards a common goal, and everything's a good place to be. The last point in the curve is one that he added right at the end, and he called it adjourning, or breaking up the process. It's really important you think about how a project comes to an end. If you don't, you've ever been on a project, somebody comes in and says, right, as of today, we're finished. You've gone from a high energy state, high deliverable, nothing. It just rips your heart out, and it causes lots of problems. In the Maslow hierarchy of needs, we talk about how self-actualized people, you can collapse a self-actualized person by literally pulling the rug from under their feet, and they go right down to the bottom of the pyramid. So adjourning, how you break that team up, how you then give them the next project, how you move them on, it's really, really important. Now what's important here when we're looking at this is your role as the project manager. So when we're looking at your role as project manager, you should start off with, if this is your engagement here, you should start off really high at this point here. And as we move through these various points in time, you will start to back off, back off, back off. Because if you don't back off, what will happen is the forming and norming, the forming, storming, norming will be broken, and the people will go back to forming. Because you're micromanaging, you're in the way, you are creating a problem that these people just don't need you around, and you're creating so much noise for them. So the key thing here is for you to make sure that as they start to take more and more control, you give it up. you give away control. You actually stop driving the horse and sit on the cart and let the horse do the work rather than you doing all the work. However, when you get to this point here, you then need to start taking control again, because it's up to you how you break that team up and how you reassign roles and responsibilities for all the things that those people are doing. So that's really, really important that we understand how that all works. So where is the team in all of this? Well, the team in all of this, if we were to draw their graph, and we extend these lines down onto their graph, so this is their engagement, and this is the passage of time. What we'll feel with the team is they're not engaged, and they slowly start to become more and more engaged, and you want to keep them there even at the adjourning stage. So you're more and more engagement as the team goes on. So these two curves are the opposite of each other right up until the last stage, when you start to come back in, take control, and make sure that we can move on to the next project. The Tuckman model is really, really important when you're looking to create change, because if you're in the way, change isn't going to happen. You need other people to make that happen for you, and so one of the things you need to do is learn to stand down. This is the Tuckman model. Come and reach out to us at Cotton Innovations Limited. All the details are on the screen. If you'd like further help in how to create change, something we do with organisations all the time, looking at how we can create change, how we can measure people, understand where people are, and enable the best of those working teams to be able to move forward. Reach out to us. There's more information on our website. Details are on the screen, and we look forward to you contacting us and helping you in moving your company forward in creating this change that you're looking to design. Thank you very much.